Hello, everyone. I went over time. I forgot. I was sitting here playing with my cards and I realised that I'm late. Sorry. So here we are, Sunday Night Live. I'll just wait for a few people to hop on before I go all in. Say hello, whoever's jumped on. It would be nice to greet you. Nice to know who's here. Hello, Jess. Good to see you. Glad that you're here. Happy Sunday. Happy Ostara. Happy spring blessings. Happy spring equinox. Hello, Jessica. Good to see you. Felicity. Hello. Hi, everyone. Hope you've had a lovely weekend. Hello, Shy. Oh, thanks for asking. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Yes, we're all good here. It feels like it's Saturday. I know it's Sunday, but it feels like it's Saturday because I've sort of taken the week off of work this week for school holidays. So I sort of I do know what day it is, but it feels like a Saturday, funnily enough. We've got a public holiday tomorrow as well. Hi, Lucy. Hello, Corrine. Good to see you. Judy. Hello, Miranda. Hello, everyone. Oh, yes. Hello, Nicola. Yeah, I don't usually take time off. I'm a bit of a workaholic. Even on the weekends when my daughter's with her dad, I work all weekends. Whenever she's not with him, I work, which is a bit ridiculous, really. I should give myself a break, hey? Give myself some time, which is what I'm doing this week. So, yes, blocked out all my calendar and some anxiety as I was doing that, but necessary, absolutely necessary. Hello, Judy. Emma, hello. Big hugs. Hello, Heather. Rena, hello. Sure. Yes, definitely, Shy. So many people have jumped on. Okay, so to end any confusion, I'm just going to say this again because I've had a couple of people comment about this. So I use a program called StreamYard, and I stream on a few different platforms at once. So if you're on my business page and you see me responding to questions that you can't see, it's because it's from another platform. And on my StreamYard, I can see everybody, but you won't be able to see everybody depending, because you'll just see whoever's on the platform that you're on. So if you're on my personal page, then you'll see whoever's on there, business page, whoever's on there, spirit directory, whoever's on there. So yes, don't be try not to be too confused by that. I had a couple of people comment on that and saying, I just like, who is she talking to? Because I can't see all these people. So that's what's happening. I'm on a few different platforms at once. It just collapses a bit of time. So, hello, Paula. Sue, hello. Good to see you. Suzanne, hello. Judy, Ani, Alana. Oh, long time no see, Alana. I hope you're well. Kim, hello. Oh, so many amazing people jumping on. Lorraine, so good to see you. Okay, let me explain how this works. So first of all, hello, June. Natasha, hello. First of all, I'm going to do an energy report for the week. Hello, Nigel. Good to see you. I had so many problems watching after getting the notification that you were live. Oh, really? I wonder why that is. So I hope it's not StreamYard. You'll have to let me know if it's a bit dodgy, and then I'll try a new platform, a new program. I had problems with Restream. Anyway, let's move on because I'm wasting time. All this talking, hey, and we need to get on with it. So let me say this. So how this works. So first of all, I'm going to do an energy report for the week. And this energy report is for the collective, your spirit team, my spirit team, your higher self, my higher self, all working in sacred collaboration together. And I'll put my hand up to channel, and I'm really happy to do that. So I'll do that with the cards. And how that works is I'll pick 3 cards, and those 3 cards will be the energy report for the week. They're not pre-picked. I'll shuffle the deck and then pick the cards. And then after I've done that, I'll do some readings for you. So if you'd like a reading, please put either yes in the comments section, or what you need to do is put your question in there. Please don't ask me health questions. I don't respond to health questions. I believe it's unethical. And if you do have a serious health issue, I'm not the person to see. I don't have a medical background. My background's in psychology and counselling therapy, not medicine. So yes, if there's a serious health issue, probably don't trust Facebook. Go to a doctor or your naturopath. So yes, is this working? It is working, Beck. It's definitely working. So I'm going to pick the 3 cards now. Oh, before I do that, I'll just put a link in the comment section. Here is a link to my amazing, it didn't work. Hold on a sec. Why didn't that work? Here we go. Oh, God, I've got to stretch. Is that a copy? That is a copy. Yeah. So at the moment, I'm doing combination of doing an astral, it's called an Astro tarot reading. So I'm doing your natal chart as well as a tarot reading. So it's 2 readings for 1 at the moment. You receive 2 readings for 1. It usually goes for about 90 minutes, even 2 hours. The link is there. It won't be at this price point forever. By the end of the year, they'll become 2 separate readings. So if I were you and you have really wanted to have a reading with me, I would jump on this. It's such a good offer, and you're getting 2 readings for the price of 1. So you can be anywhere in the world. I will book. You can book through my website. It'll send a Zoom link to you. You can look on the calendar, pick a time that works, and it's there for you. Everybody has been loving the Astro reports. They have been absolutely loving them. And what I've noticed about them, it's enabled people to feel confident and comfortable and aware and in tune with who they really are and their gifts in this lifetime. Everybody walks away feeling like they're more connected with who they are and what they've come here to do. And the Astrology Natal Report, it's really good. It allows me to see where your strengths are and what you're supposed to fulfill in terms of your soul purpose in this lifetime. I would encourage you to jump in. And then afterwards, I also give you a 10-card reading, tarot reading. So, okay, moving on. So that's in there. Oh, thanks, Steph. Yes, I loved doing your reading for you. Loved it. Can't wait to see what unfolds over the next year. I hope you've booked in. I hope you've started exploring doing some of this work. Okay, 3 cards. I'm talking too much. I always talk too much, don't I? All right, 3 cards. That's my Gemini rising. I love to talk about stuff. My mind is busy. Okay, first card. So the first card of the week, great card. So we've got the first card is the Empress. I wonder if you can see that. I hope you can see that. The lighting with StreamYard is not so good. So the Empress, what an amazing card for us to kick off this week's reading. So the Empress is all about abundance, fertility, trusting in the divine timing of nature, letting things take its course. Stop worrying about, whether it's going to happen or not. It is in the process. It's in the belly of this beautiful goddess, Demeter. It's cooking. This is a good card. This is a very fertile card. It suggests that abundance, whatever you want, is on its way, but you just need to be patient. You cannot rush things. It's like, you can see she's pregnant. Just think about pregnancy as a medical intervention. It can cause a whole host of problems. We can't force this. We have to trust the natural cycles of nature. Around Demeter's neck, you probably can't see it. I wonder if you can see it. There's a necklace that represents the zodiac, the 12 zodiac signs, and it represents the changing nature of the seasons. And nature has its own timing. It's not really man-made. It's like a cosmic connection. She has a cosmic and connection to nature and to the timing of the seasons. And so this card is about remembering that we cannot force a plant to grow, right? We can fertilize it, we can water it, we can do all sorts of things to make the roots really strong and make the plant healthy, but it's going to grow in its own time, in its own way, and its own unique way. So you have to trust. Okay, so this is the card of trusting in the natural cycles of life and divine timing. So when this card comes up in a reading, she is about trusting your instincts as well, your body. Those of you who may have been neglecting your health this week, or in the last few weeks, or maybe the last year, maybe the last 2 years, I don't know. If you're anything like me, I haven't been exercising like I normally would do. But this card is a reminder to take care of your health, to start nurturing your body with the beautiful natural organic produce that this planet has to offer, all like water, drinking plenty of water, fresh fruit and vegetables, taking care of your health, focusing on your health this week and your body and your senses, and remembering that for you to be a successful, to have energy, to be successful, you've got to take care of your health as well. Your health is really important. It gives you the energy to fulfill your purpose and what you've come here to do in this lifetime. So we can see in the background of this card too, there's water. Can you see that water? That's the flow, the natural flow. We're being called to feel into the flow, the natural flow of life. What does that mean? Well, I would say it's feeling into where there isn't any resistance, to just go where you're not feeling the resistance, where you feel a natural pull towards. Sometimes it might seem the most logical path. Other times it might seem like a really creative, sort of absurd path, but you can't help. You just feel like you must go in that direction. We're being called to trust that. Okay, the next card. Oh, all right. So this is the card of catastrophizing. This is the card of anxiety and fear-driven thoughts, the fictions of the mind. Orestes here, he's being tormented by the three furies. It's in the swords rules the mind, perceptions, attitudes, our psychology, how we perceive our reality, and truth, karma. Right? They're I would say they're the most karmic and the most transformational of the cards. The message with this card is to not believe the fictions of the mind that say you can't. When you hear I can't because ignore that. You've got to turn it around, and how can I? We're being called this week to be careful about not making decisions in a state of anxiety or stress, to relax as much as possible so we can feel into the flow, so we can feel into what wants to birth, and to not make decisions based in fear, because they're usually the wrong decisions. So, it doesn't mean that you're not going to be excited or somewhat a bit scared of making decisions about exciting things that are happening in your life. But if you're really, really stressed and you're feeling a lot of tension and anxiety about the future, don't make a decision from that place. Do the opposite of whatever that is telling you should do. So this is the card, when we take one incident from our past, or maybe a couple of incidents from our past, and then we take that and we project that onto the future and we globalize it. We project it over the entirety of our future. And it's just irrational. It's not real. It's a fiction. It's a fiction of the mind. So be very careful. Be very careful about believing in the stories that say you can't, or that limit you, or that have you feeling like you're going to get hurt or broken or something bad's going to happen to you. It's based in an event that happened in your past, one event, and you need to compartmentalize that event. It's not a predictor of your future. So sometimes this card will come up when we've got a little bit of guilt about the past. We've made mistakes, and there might be some guilt there. And you're scared. You're scared that you're going to produce that. There's something you're going to do something wrong. You're going to produce that again. You won't. I repeat. This card represents the fictions of the mind. Don't believe what the fear is telling you about your future. It's not real. We've got the beautiful Empress here. She's the confirmer that everything is going to be okay. You've just got to trust in divine timing. You've got to trust that nature will let nature take its course. It'll happen. It'll happen. I promise you, it'll happen. Just slow down and trust and feel, and don't let the fears take hold. Beautiful cards. Gosh, I love this guy. He's like one of my favorites of the tarot. So this is Orpheus. Orpheus is scared to trust. He is in, I wonder if you can see him more clearly. Can you see him? There he is, the King of Cups. So he's a Cancerian. He's in the sign of Cancer. He is a very loving, kind, compassionate, sensitive, imaginative, creative, poetic energy of the cups. and he's the king, meaning that he's the cups in, I wouldn't say in its highest frequency, but it's in its frequency of service, of being in service. And he is a reminder that we're all healers. We all have the capacity to heal, and we all have the ability to heal ourselves and to hold space for others to heal as well. So those of you who are in the healing arts, this is confirmation that you're on the right path. Or if you've been wanting to do something in regards to healing, then this is confirmation to take a leap of faith. Don't doubt. Stop doubting. Stop like telling yourself that you can't. You can. He also represents trust, and how trust can be broken because of the hurts of the past, or having some heartbreak, and you feel like you're just scared to open your heart and to trust. This is a reminder that you can see here, look how tumultuous the water is, that we've got to do some personal work. We really do have to go inwards and look at what is preventing us from opening up to trusting a new relationship, to trusting a new career, to trusting in your business, for example, or trusting in life, that life is taking care of you, that life is providing for you. In this card, what happens is, I think he came up last week, he's just hanging around, isn't he, this guy? He's hanging around. In the story, he was married to Eurydice, and Eurydice, well, on the day that they got married, Eurydice was bitten by a snake at the altar, and she passed away, and he was devastated, absolutely devastated. He's the son, his name is Orpheus. He is the son of Apollo, and he was a musician, and he was a poet. And so he went into the underworld to try and retrieve Eurydice from the underworld, because he was so heartbroken. And they weren't going to let her go, but he sung his heart out, and he read his poetry and sung his poetry to Hades, the lord of the underworld, who eventually said yes. And so he released Eurydice. But the deal was that he had to walk out of the underworld with her behind him, but not look back. But he couldn't hear her footsteps. So just before he came out into waking consciousness, into the light of day, he turned around, and she faded away forever, back into the realms of the unconscious. So if you want love, let's just be upfront here. If you want love in your life, you've got to open up, and you've got to open your heart to trust again. You have to trust. And this is about being vulnerable. This isn't really about, you having to tell your sad story to someone or to another, but it's more about opening up with your feelings about how you feel towards another, like letting yourself open up. So there's a few messages with this card. One is, it's time to do some healing. It's time to do some heart consciousness, like wake up your heart consciousness, do some work around the heart chakra, do some work around this broken heart. And also, it is also about stepping on the path of the healer. If you are drawn to the healing path, this is confirmation that you must do this. Go forth and do it. Healing comes in many forms, or healers come in many forms. They can be talking therapists, they can be tarot therapists, they can be, Reiki practitioners. It could be the path of counseling or psychology. It comes to us. Healers come in many forms. So this is confirmation of that. And it's also confirmation of a masculine energy entering into your field, helping you to open up and to love yourself again, to open your heart to love and to relationship. Poor Orpheus, he spent most of his life on his own because he couldn't get over the loss of Eurydice. And we're being called with this card to not follow that path, to open your heart to trusting again. So, okay, beautiful cards. Stop worrying. Everyone just stop it. This is including me. I'm telling myself this as well. Just stop. Trust that everything is going to be okay. The past is not a predictor of your future. It's just not. You've got to choose to make decisions and take aligned action on what you want rather than what you don't want. Focus on that. When you hear yourself say, I can't, ignore it. You've got to look at ways that you can change that with conversations around how can I. The anxiety will dissipate. It will dissipate as you learn to trust the path of what you want rather than what you don't want. Like follow, just Go with where the abundance is for you. So this is a reminder as well that Demeter is that you are abundant, that you are fertile, that you can have what you want. You are birthing this new reality. Look how pregnant she is. Right? This is the rebirth or the birthing of some new project, something exciting, and trust that, let nature take its course. Just let nature, you don't have to control it. Let nature take its course, because it will work out and you will have what you want. You will have what you want. You've just got to trust. And if it's a guy, he's on his way. Just stop thinking the worst. It'll be okay. I promise it'll be okay. All right, beautiful cards. Hey, weren't they just gorgeous cards for this week? A nice welcome reminder for me as well about trusting in the flow. So, okay, so I'm going to do some readings now. Let me see. Whoops, cards are flying out. Oh, God. No, this card just flew out. This is the Knight of Wands. He is, I won't say, actually. Okay. So, let's see. Who am I going to read for? Who is it going to be? Who am I going to read for? Nicole. Nicole. Hello. Nice to see you. Yes. Okay. Let me pick a card for you. I'm having a bad hair day again as well. I'm not being lazy. I'm at home with the kids actually. Yes. So my daughter has made, well, we live in a complex and there are all these kids running around. She's loving it. So we're all over this afternoon and yesterday climbing trees. So I'm like the witch's house in the apartments. All the kids are interested, intrigued of all the things that we have in the house. Why have you got a crow's foot? Why have you got a skull? They're saying. It's all interesting. Anyway, okay. Yeah, it's a real one. I cut off it was a dead crow. It was a dead crow. I didn't kill the crow. It was already a dead crow. It was an offering from the Morrigan, offered it to me. Anyway, okay, Nicole, this is for you. That's who we're going to work with in the psychic circle, actually. The Morrigan, she's just dawned on me. Okay. So, Nicole, this is about you having to do the personal work. This is about you having to, I think you want love. My feeling is that you'd like another relationship. You might not say it openly, but my feeling is that you'd love to be in a relationship. In this card, Aphrodite, what she wants you to do is to start working on yourself. Sometimes I explain this card like death of the ego or death of old identities that no longer serve you. It's like you've got to do some personal work to grow you. You've got to do some personal work to become more of who you are. And so this card is about going inwards and learning to be, in your power, to find your own sense of agency in the world. Who am I in the world? You're still on that path, and a new lover will arrive, just not quite yet. It's not yet. You're being called to do some more personal work. So it would be like I would encourage you to potentially go on, maybe join some meditation classes, or even maybe some therapy. Maybe do some therapy if you want to do some therapy. If you want to do something less formal, go to like a spiritual community, a group that you can go inwards and spend some time exploring your inner reality. It's a good card. It's a great card. It's just, it doesn't seem exciting because when this card comes up, it's not about having a lover yet. It's about having to do some of the work, but it's going to grow you. This is about you growing, becoming more personal development, becoming more of getting to know yourself, getting to know your heart better, getting clearer on what you want, who you are and what you want, so that you're ready for this next person to show up when they do show up. Okay, next person. So, have you, Vasiliki? Yeah, it's easy to fall, these conditioned responses, they're so easy to fall into. The key is to recognize them when they're there so that you can become conscious of the patterns and you know, we have a choice. We have a choice when they show up to do things differently. Yeah, it's not the shadow. You can't get rid of the shadow, right? You just can't. It's always with you, and we just have to learn to become more and more conscious of it. The more we become conscious of it, the more we can become more of who we are. The more fully expressed we become. The ego is supposed to integrate these aspects, these hidden aspects that are, you know, the unconscious will send information up to the ego, to our conscious awareness, and we're supposed to integrate that, you know, get to know it, integrate it so that we can become more whole. It's not easy. It's not easy. It isn't easy. I feel more confident now. I'm older, but, you know, been through a lot in my life. I wish I was as aware as what I am now 10 years ago, 20 years ago. I'm not, you know, I'm not suggesting I'm like fully aware, but I'm far more conscious now than what I was. Yeah. So, okay. Yes, let's see. Hi, Natasha. Good to see you. Where are you? Oh, Natasha. Hello. Yes, sure. Lovely to see you. I'm glad that you made it. Let me pick a card for you, Natasha. Let's see. What have we got? I need some water. Okay, Natasha. Here's your card. Oh, Natasha, why do you know, each time I do pull up cards for you, they're always big cards. So we've got the Tower. So the Tower card, people get a bit scared of the Tower card. Sometimes I think of this card as God plays his hand, Source plays its hand. Like, this is like the breaking down of man-made structures, things that aren't real, or maybe I should say it like this, things that are beliefs or patterns of behavior or identities that are no longer serving you. And this is the card of like old lives dissolving, lives that are out of alignment with who you are, dissolving away. It is a confrontational card. It is about facing conflict. Sometimes when the Tower card comes up, I call it the Tower of bullshit. Like dropping the facade, dropping the stories that have been holding you back from who you really are. Sometimes this card will come up when we've been using our sort of credentials or our titles to show a public face, to try and fit in with social norms or families or partners or spiritual circles. But it's actually out of alignment with who you are. So this is like about, this is things are breaking down so that you can rebuild again. I feel for you, Natasha. I feel like, you know, it's just you do a lot of personal work. I know obviously I know Natasha, she does quite a lot of personal journey work, and I know sometimes it just feels like a shit show, doesn't it? It's like, at what point do I get a break? And I feel for you. But this is like God playing his hand, or its hand, Source playing its hand to ensure that you are on the right path. And what seems unfair right now, or what seems difficult right now, is for your highest good, because on the other side of that is going to be what you want, what you actually really want. So it's about coming closer and closer to who you are. I mentioned before that our ego, well, I talk about this all the time, that how important our ego is. We kind of deny it, particularly in spiritual circles. People like sort of want to get rid of it, or don't, you know, want to try and, in meditation practices, want to ignore it, and, you know, the ego's in the way. But the ego is essential. It is what is helping you to integrate all the information that comes up from the unconscious realm. And we all need a healthy ego. It gives us a sense of resilience and this capacity to deal with the challenges that life throws at us. And you are going through some difficult, this is like a challenging time. If it's not you, it must be somebody around you, and you having to hold space for somebody close to you. If it's not you, it must be one of your kids, but it's happening right now. So what I can say about this card is that this is a blessing in disguise. That's all, you know, final words. This is a blessing in disguise. Okay. So, all right. Tash, the name is up on the screen. It says Natasha Lee Freudenstein. So you'll see the name up on the screen. Hi, Shy. Yes, sure. Would love a bit of guidance tonight, please. Beautiful. Thank you. Yes, I'll do that. No problem. Yeah, it's always for our highest. It doesn't feel like it at the time, though, does it, Basilica? When it's all happening, it feels like, sort of a bit of an injustice. It doesn't feel good. But you know it's right. The truth has to come out at some point. Big hugs, Tash. I hope sending you love. I hope everything's okay. Okay, so Shy, this is for you. Oh, okay, Shy, this is a good card. So this tells me that you're either beginning a new project, or you've started a new project, or you're thinking about doing some new study or a new creative venture, or you've begun a new creative venture. And this is about gathering all your resources, getting all of the pieces of the puzzle in together. So in this card, Jason, what he has to do is he's got to build this ship in the background. You can see it in the background. It's called the Argo. And this ship is going to take him on the next leg of the journey. But he had to gather his shipmates, who you can see there, who become like part of his team on this journey to get this golden fleece. And the golden fleece is to his destiny, to meet his destiny, his purpose. And so in this card, it does represent, this ship actually represents what you are longing for, or the journey that you're about to embark on. And it's a very exciting journey. And I feel it is around this creative, it's like it's soul purposed, it's destined. So for me, it feels more than just a career. This is like your creativity being unleashed, you being, becoming more of who you are through this project. And so it is also about like recognizing that you have all that you need. You have all that you need to pull this off, but also recognizing that you've got lots of supports around there, and to hang on to those life ropes. I call them life ropes, these supports, these resources, that you have plenty of these resources. If you haven't started yet, or you're thinking about starting something new, a new career, or a new craft, or a new skill, developing a new skill, this is confirmation that the ship hasn't left. Right? It's waiting for it has docked, and it's waiting for you to jump on board. So don't, if you watch the first part of this reading, like trust in divine timing, like it's there for you. It's meant for you. This is a celebratory card. Not everybody knows what they want to do, or are clear on what they want, but there's some clarity there for you. You need to trust that. Okay. So if you'd like, let me see. Who's next? Suzanne Manion. Sorry, I don't have my glasses on. I need to wear glasses to read, but I've got this lighting that you can see there. There's a light there. And it reflects in the glasses, and then I can't see anything. So I'm just going to do a bit of a squinch. Yeah. Anyway. Oh, gosh. Right. Okay. Susan, this is for you. Happy Sunday. Would love to know if my business is going in the right direction, if there's love ahead. I love doing love readings, everyone. So if you want a love reading, ask for a love reading. I love doing those. I do. I should specialize in them because I love them so much. Okay. Let's just see. We'll pick 2 cards, and we'll see what direction Spirit would like this conversation to go in. Okay, this is about work. So this isn't about love. Okay, so now the big lesson of this card is that the original vision that you had for your business is no longer quite a fit. So you've got to be open to doing things differently and to manage the new way, or to manage the energy that has shown up now. Be open to tweaking things. Be open to doing things a bit differently. Be open to using your intuition and being more creative, like thinking outside of the box, because what once was is no longer quite a fit. It doesn't mean that it's completely different, but change is really important right now for you to overcome the limitations that you're currently, that are currently showing up for you. So I would suggest with this card that you come up with lots of, write down as many creative ideas that you can to take things into a more aligned direction of what you really want to be doing. So in this card, Jason is fighting the dragon. The dragon is his fear. The dragon also represents, in astrology, represents the south and the north node. And so the south and the is who you were in your past, and your north node is the future, who you're becoming. It's like the dragon's head. It's your destiny, what you're destined to become. So what was in the past is no longer quite a fit. So does that mean that it's completely different? No, you just need to tweak things, and you've got to trust the sorceress within. You've got to trust the intuition. Sometimes a dragon can actually represent your fear. And if you watch the beginning of this reading, I talked a bit about that, about catastrophizing, taking one event from your past and then globalizing it into the future, believing that everything is going to happen based on that one event. It's simply not true. So in this card, I would recommend that you benzodiazepine that dragon. Right, knock him out, put him to sleep. In the story, the sorceress here, Medea, gives Jason this sleeping potion and says, "Listen, you can't kill the dragon. You can't get rid of the noise, right? But what you can do is just dull it." And so she says, "Put him to sleep, and then you can take the golden fleece, and then you can be on your way. And the golden fleece is your destiny. It's your soul purpose." The next card that you've got is the Three of Wands. And so this is about you getting what you want, you having success. Success is on its way, but it's just the beginning. It's just the beginning. There's still work to be had, and there's still some undiscovered paths that you haven't, that you can't see yet, that haven't unfolded yet, and you won't know until you tweak this vision. You've got to tweak things. You've got to change things up a bit in your business. Okay, that's the message for you. All right. Okay, Rachel. Some much needed guidance, sorry. Some much needed guidance regarding love in my life, please. Okay, let's do it. I like doing love readings. I do. They're fun. All right, let's see. What have we got? What have we got? Let's have a look. I think we need a couple of cards for Rachel. So I should put this in the comment section. I'll do this now. If you'd love a reading with me, I'm currently doing 2 readings for the price of 1. So you get an Astro report, an Astro natal report, which will tell me all about what your gifts are in this lifetime, where your greatest strengths are, what your purpose is, where you're going to make money, where your riches are, where you can fatten yourself up in life and become abundant. Also, it'll tell me a bit about your childhood. I can read quite a lot in your chart, and then that chart will then support us in your tarot reading, where I'll do a 10-card reading for you, where we can work on the energy of the moment and the probable outcome of the energy of the moment, working on the next step. Because actually, the next step is the most important step. Yes, it's good to have a big picture, vision, but the most powerful step is the next step. And so I'll help you get clear on what that next step is through the tarot. It's such a fabulous combination. I cannot tell you how much I'm loving. I'm so in love with doing these Astro Tarot readings. Absolutely love them. By the end of the year, they'll be separate, and so they'll both be $180 each. So at the moment, it's $180 for both of them in one package. So I'm really good at it. I would encourage you to go and do it. Everybody that has had them have loved them, you know, and I really love them as well. They're so much fun. Okay, Rachel, this is for you. Oh, look, similar card. Okay, Rachel. So this is you having some doubts and fears. This is you not trusting. This is you feeling an off note, feeling like things aren't quite right. This is you having to have a conversation or wanting to have a conversation or wanting to, like, things aren't right, and you know it. And so you're being called to trust that. This is you having some doubts about the future, doubts about someone in your life or the possibility of someone in your life. And I would say trust that. I would say trust the off note, because if there's an off note, it's because this person isn't for you, or potentially if there's somebody that you've had your eye on, just to trust that it's not quite right. Those doubts and fears need to be honored. Sometimes this card will come up when we're in a relationship where we need to have a conversation about how to progress things further, or where it's not working, or, you know, get clear, speaking about what our needs are and what we want. And it can be an uncomfortable conversation. So it is about some inner conflict. It is definitely about inner conflict and some fears around things not being right. And I'm just, yes, if there's somebody that you've got your eye on, or if there's somebody you're in a relationship with now, I would be, if it's somebody that you've got your eye on, I would be very cautious. If it's somebody you're in relationship with now, I would be having a conversation. I'd be having that conversation. So the three of Wands has come up for you. And so this is what the message of this card. So let's just move away from relationship for a minute. This is about purpose for you. You're being called to follow, like, focus on your purpose, focus on what you love, focus on developing your soul work, focus on developing your craft, focus on developing your creative life. When I think of the wands, when I teach the tarot, because I teach tarot, I didn't introduce myself tonight. I forgot. I'm in a funny space tonight. I'll admit it. I'm in a bit of a strange spot. I forgot to introduce myself. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Marina Lovasz, and I'm a tarot therapist. I also teach tarot, and I teach channeling, and I'm a business mentor for those of you who are in the intuitive arts. So that's what I do. Forgot. Anyway, so this card, it's about, the wands are about purpose and destiny. It's your life is the art. So it's like the focus needs to be on you, what you want from the other, or what you want from a relationship. You need to sort of turn that around and bring it towards yourself, and start being more creative about focusing on your life and the life that you want to create for yourself. This is a celebratory card. Like, this is saying that you've got a lot to look forward to. There's a lot in the works for you if you choose to like stop doubting yourself and what you're capable of. And so, yes, this is a celebratory card. I think there's been reason to celebrate. Maybe it's in your career, or you've come up with you've got a new certification, or you've developed a new craft. But this is a happy card. Okay. Who else am I going to read for? Julia. Hello, Julia. Is there a new love coming into my life soon? Let's have a look. Sure. Yes, Miranda. What I'll get you to do is, so yes, I have got a couple of courses. I haven't released it yet. I would encourage you to sign up. If I put a link to my website, I'll do that now. And if you subscribe to my website, what you'll get when you subscribe is you'll get a free download, a free hypnosis, Meet Your Spirit Guide hypnosis, and a channeling insight book, but as a gift for subscribing. But also then you'll then receive some information about my next tarot 7-month. It's a 7-month course. I haven't launched it yet. It's there, it's ready. Well, it's the dates. I haven't got the dates sorted yet, which is why I haven't spoken about it. But yes, you're more than welcome you're more than welcome to jump on my website and subscribe. You'll get a free gift for subscribing, and then you'll be in the loop when I do open doors for that. I only have 6 spots. Each time I open that, it's only 6 spots because it's tarot therapy. So you are receiving therapeutic training, not just learning about the Mythic Tarot. You're learning about Jungian psychology, the Mythic Tarot, the 78 cards, therapy, psychotherapy, narrative therapy. It's a fabulous course, Counseling 101, and yes, it goes for 7 months. So yes, just join my mailing list, and then you'll have information when I'm ready to release it. I haven't released the dates yet. Oh, it's a bit of confirmation. I was sitting here today thinking, do I want to do another one before the end of the year? Well, clearly somebody's just asked, so I'm going to take that as confirmation. I better get off my butt, hey, and organise it. Yes. Love Queen. Who's Love Queen? Send me a friend request. Lock user. Goodbye, Love Queen. There we go. Okay. So, Julia, this is for you. Is there a new love coming into my life soon? Well, I think it's a yes. I think it's a yes. So I feel it's a yes. So we've got the Page of Cups. The Page of Cups is okay. So the Page of Cups is about healing. It is about healing. It's about the preciousness of a heart that has been hurt and that's been broken but is now healing. This is a great card. This is great confirmation. It is the beginnings of a new relationship, or the readiness for a new relationship. And it suggests to me that you can manifest it if you want it, but you're going to have to be a bit more active about it's going to take some energy to get this relationship off the ground. So, I have a feeling it might require you to, potentially, if you don't like going out, get on the apps or something like that, but start being a bit more proactive at making it happen. It will happen. This is confirmation that a relationship is closer than you think. It's much closer than you think. Of all the cards, this is the card it represents new relationship coming in. It represents so much more than that, but basically that's what new child, a newborn, new relationship. This is a very confirming card, but you need to be very active about it. This is also about windfalls. This is about receiving abundantly from this relationship as well. But you need some energy to make this happen. You're going to have to go and get out there, mix it up, be seen, make yourself visible, let people know that you're available. Yes, your heart is hurt and is now healing. Yes, and this is it. There's a readiness now to open up again. But you've got to treat that. When the Page of Cups comes up in a reading, it is about being gentle with yourself. Your heart still has some fragility there. It's still fragile, and so you want to be careful and gentle and treat yourself with kindness and compassion, and recognize that you're still healing, but sometimes a relationship can heal. Sometimes new love can be the healer, right? So that's what I'm getting. Okay. Oh, I'm so sorry, Ashley. That's really sad. Yes, I'll do a reading for you. Oh. Big hugs, big hugs, big hugs. Yeah, so here's what I want to say about grief. So grief comes in waves, and I think we have to somehow come to terms with the fact, or we reconcile that we will grieve, and you will probably grieve for the rest of your life, and you can still grieve and be okay. You can still cry and be sad and be okay. It doesn't mean there's something wrong with you. It's just the way grief is, and we grieve because we love. And I don't want you to make yourself think that there's something wrong with you if you're not being positive right now. It's okay. It just comes in waves, and you're not going to be feeling like this every single day. It's just a moment in time. And grief, sometimes I explain it like this, that it's like glitter. It gets, it's hard to clean up. There's always little bits and pieces of it that we find it, it just catches us. And Yeah, it's a bit like, you know, the ocean. It sort of comes in waves, and each wave is different. Some are more intense than others, and we just accept that that's part of life. We come from a long line of dead people, hey? We do, and it is part of reality that we have to come to terms with grief, and it's not something you don't have to let go as such. It's more, well, let go in terms of, yes, like letting your emotions go, but you don't have to let go of this child. You accept that you will love and you will feel, and this child will be forever in your heart, and that's okay. That's perfectly fine. It's perfectly okay. Yes, it's grief is sometimes when we grieve, we can go into what I call like a situational depression. It's not that you're clinically depressed, it's just situational, based on the loss. You know, based on the loss. It's grieving is normal. We should normalize it more in our society. We don't make it normal enough. It's okay to cry. You can still be grieving and be healthy and functional and okay. Yes, that's right, Diane. Trust Diane. She's got a lot of knowledge, a lot of wisdom on this subject. Okay, Ashley, let's pick a couple of cards for you. Let's see what's coming up for you. Oh, beautiful cards. So, okay, we've got dreams and wishes coming true. So whatever you've been wanting, whatever you've been thinking about creating, whatever your heart has been longing for, this is confirmation that it is going to happen. This is confirmation that you will get what you want. Wishes do come true with this card. This is like celebrations, happy times, like having your heart desires met. And I feel like as well, if there's been problems in your relationship, this is about those problems starting to heal and you starting to reconnect. And look, this guy in this card, he's in the sign of Libra, and Librans tend to be really diplomatic, like sort of like annoyingly diplomatic. You know, you sort of can't get a straight answer from them, which can be really, really annoying because they're peacekeepers, right? They're peacekeepers. They want to keep the peace, but it can be infuriating for someone like me who likes things just straight up. I'm like the blunt, straight up girl. Tell me what it is now. You know, what do you think? What's your opinion? So this is someone who's highly intelligent. I suspect this is your partner, or you know, someone, a masculine energy around you, and this is the coming together, a reconnection, and this is like good. This is good news. If things are being difficult, this is like things are going to be resolved. Things are going to be resolved in a really good, a really beautiful way. I wish you could see that card and the colors. The lighting here is so shit. But yeah, it's good news. So healing in the relationship zone, and yes, my sense is when I look at that card that he can be somewhat cold, but it's not. It's just his coping. It's just how he copes. He detaches. Yes. Okay, so. Oh, look at all that love. Everybody's sending you love, hey? We're all thinking of you. Isn't it beautiful that all of us as a community have come together to send beautiful Ashley some good healing vibes and some heartfelt energy? That's just gorgeous. That's so gorgeous. Oh, big love, Ashley. Yeah, I can't imagine it would be, I can imagine it would be quite hard on your relationship. Big hugs. All right. So how am I going for time? Oh, I still got time, hey? That's good. June Wallace, because you said namaste. I'm going to read for you. I never use that word. I used to. Before. June. Let's see. Let's see what comes up for you. Here we go. All right. All right, June. So in this card, you're being called to take a risk, take a financial risk. To risk nothing is to have nothing. This is about letting go of money or finances and emotional energy to invest in a new future, in a new beginning, in a new start. This is about whatever you've been doing has come to a it's no, like, if you stay where you are, you're going to risk losing anyway. So you may as well just like take a leap of faith and try something new. Sometimes this card will come up when we've experienced quite a bit of loss, financial loss as well. And so it's a reminder with this card that risks still must be taken. If you want to grow from this, then you're going to have to take a new risk, which can be scary. It can be emotional for people. Taking risks, change is difficult for the best of us. Right? We all like our comforts, hey. We certainly like our financial comfort. In the modern world, money is our survival. It's what helps us pay our bills and food on the table, rent, houses us. Money is it's pretty important, right, for us to survive. But in this card, it's suggesting that if for you to grow and for you to grow your money or to you need to take a new risk. You've got to invest. You've got to invest. If you want what you want, you need to invest. And so I feel this is about new creative projects or new creative ideas, developing a new skill, developing a new art, or potentially a new field of study. And it's probably quite pricey what you've been looking at. The spirit would like you to just take a risk anyway and know that you'll be supported. You'll be okay. This is the messenger. Just go ahead and do it. Just go. It's not going to be a mistake. Just do it. Or if you've been worrying about the investment that you made in a project, don't. You're going to be okay. So it was the right decision. Jake. Hello, Jake. Blessed be, beautiful Jake. Jake and I keep telling Jake that we're eventually going to work together. He's a warlock, I'm a witch, and we've got a little program sort of in the works. We've been talking about it. Okay, Carly. Hello, Carly. Nice to see you. I've known Carly for a few years. Carly's working really hard at the moment. Yes. Will my work stress end soon? When will I settle back into work? Okay, let's have a look. Let's see what cards come up for Carly. Oh, look at all these nice comments. Everybody's being so kind and loving to each other. It's just beautiful. Oh, I'm loving the vibe on here tonight. I really am. It's so nice. It feels good, hey? Don't you feel it? I feel it. It feels really nice and kind. So many kind people. Most people are compassionate, aren't they? Most people are, empathetic and compassionate and kind. You get hurt by one person and it's very easy to tarnish everybody with the same brush, but the majority of people are good people, Yeah. Okay, so Carly, let's pick a card for you. Oh, 2 wanted to come out, so I'll grab the 2. I'll grab the 2 that we're wanting to play. Okay, Carly, so you need some rest. You definitely need some rest. You need to give yourself time out. You need to give yourself recovery. It almost seems like, well, not ridiculous, but like straight sensible. Like it's the most sensible response to what you're saying. And then the cards are confirming that as well. So this 4 of Swords is about recovery after conflict. I think it's probably quite stressful what you're doing at the moment. And there might be people around you who don't agree, or might be somewhat, maybe you're having to stay vigilant. And so this is about taking some time out for you and retreating, needing to unpeople. Too many energies around you. You need to unpeople. You need to get in your own space, in your own private space, and go in. As a highly sensitive person, which you might not think you are, but my feeling is that you are, that you pick up a lot of vibration, a lot of energy from people, and it's easy to take it on. It's easy to become quite triggered. So it's a reminder to just go inward and to let yourself rest. It's highly important for you to rest. Highly sensitive people do really well with having day naps. We need to have day naps. People might make that, the nana nap. It's actually really healthy. It's good. It's good for the highly sensitive person. We can become very overstimulated by the environment that we find ourselves in, the atmosphere, and we process a lot of information at once. That's what you do, that you process a lot. You become overstimulated. So yes, it's about resting. I think things are going to change pretty quickly for you. I feel like, when you say settle back into work, I feel like things are going to shift very, very quickly. They're on the shift now. So whether you change direction, or whether you get a new position, or whether your position shifts and you move into a new area, whatever it is, there's a change that's going to happen very, very quickly, very quickly. And if it's not happening already, it will happen in the next, it's soon, like in the next few weeks, a shift in direction. It's not negative. It's not negative, and I don't feel like you're going to lose a job or anything like that. This is more about potentially moving or changing, or the role shifts, or the area in which you work in. There's movement there for you, which will become as a welcome relief, I suspect. Okay. Hello, Jason. Good to see you. How are we going for time? Yes, the midday empath recharge. That's right, Danny. That is right. We need to normalize that. When I was working in mental health, I used to work in mental health or in an organisation. I used to ring my boss. I wonder if she's still working there. Her name was Dusha. I used to say, Dusha, I need a mental health day. First of all, she used to sort of say, okay, and then in the end, she used to get sick of me ringing it. She'd get annoyed. She'd get annoyed. Dusha, it's a mental health day. I'm not coming in. What? No, I'm not coming in. We all need them, hey? We all need that time, that space. Yes, okay, guys. I've just looked. She is. I'll send her my love, Diane. Tell her I love her and I think she's amazing and I miss her. Send her my love. I'd love to see her. I should come down and see everyone. It's been a long time. I was there when Joe Kalea was there. Long time ago. Yes, okay, I better go. I'm sending everybody so much love. Thank you so much for jumping in. I will put a link to my readings. I promise you, this is such an amazing deal. You will love this reading deal. It's a natal chart report, as well as your tarot reading. 2 readings for the price of 1. This is the time to take advantage, legit, because there'll be 2 separate readings by the end of the year, and they'll both be 180 each. At the moment, they're 180 combined. So it's a really good value. And yes, I would say yes if I were you. I wish someone could read for me like I read for my clients. I'm loving the charts at the moment, loving them. So much fun. Okay, that's everyone. I am sending you so much love. Have an amazing week. And yes, take care. I'll see you all next week. Big hugs, big love.